All right, the NFL season officially starts in about a week. You got the Dallas Cowboys traveling to Philadelphia to play the reigning Super Bowl champ. A lot of anticipation for this NFL season. I'm very excited. I know you're all very excited about the NFL season finally here, but let me talk to you about the most underrated part of the NFL. It's something that gets a lot of criticism, and you know what? I have been guilty of criticizing it as well, as I'm sure you have been. The most underrated part of the NFL is actually the NFL preseason. I know we've seen all these takes. NFL preseason is a waste of time. Nobody plays. It's just a cash grab for the NFL.
Yeah, I think preseason games are a waste.
Yeah, I get that. The stars are barely on the field. The games don't really count. Most people don't even know who's playing in the second half. And then you've got stories like, the Detroit Lions, when they went 0-16 that one year, they actually went 4-0 in the preseason. So it doesn't matter at all. I disagree. It matters a lot more than people want to give it credit for. And if you actually care about good football, strong football teams, and underdog stories, which I think we all do, then the NFL preseason has its place. I'll start off with a storyline that I think is really important for the NFL season this year. Ben Johnson and the Chicago Bears. Okay, so Ben Johnson obviously made a name for himself as a creative whiz with the Detroit Lions' explosive offense the last few years, and they've been buzzing about this guy for years. Now he's finally getting the opportunity to be a head coach. The preseason is his trial run because he's not just calling plays anymore. He's running the whole show. He's managing the game clock. He's delegating to coordinators. He's making real-time decisions. He's dealing with sideline chaos. And so he's coaching an entire team for the first time, not just an offense. This is where a guy like Ben Johnson figures out his game day rhythm. What's his fourth down identity? How aggressive is he? I know he was with Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell was very aggressive. Is he also going to be that aggressive? He's also figuring out how to manage a new roster, including the quarterback situation with Caleb Williams and sort of a whole reshaped offense. The preseason lets him learn who responds to what and how to coach these different individual players. And realistically, for a franchise like the Bears, who are kind of desperate for consistency and real identity, these games are essential. It gives Ben Johnson the space to make mistakes and tweak his systems and build these habits before the lights come on for real. So for NFL head coaches, especially new head coaches, the NFL preseason is actually incredibly important. Now, how about the underdog story aspect of the NFL preseason? For most of these players, this is a tryout to fulfill a lifelong dream. It's a proving ground for them, the shot at making an NFL team, or at least putting something on tape so another team will take a look at them. We talk about some of these underdog stories that we love in the NFL, guys like Victor Cruz or Tony Romo or Malcolm Butler. Where do those stories start? The NFL preseason. Also, just look at this year. The Jaguars rookie kicker Cam Little hit that 70-yard field goal. Yes, 70-yard field goal.
Listen, we're not joking. This kid can really drill the ball.
Holy smokes. They got a shot.
He just kicked a 70-yard field goal. Are you kidding me?
Crazy.
Okay, yeah, sure, it doesn't count in the official record books, but that kick right there might be the reason that he earns his roster spot. And it showed teams all around the league that he is a serious leg talent. This doesn't really happen if there's no preseason. I wonder if teams are even willing to take a 70-yard field goal chance if there is no preseason. It gives the opportunity for some of these situations that you might not see in the regular season. Would we have found out that Cam Little can hit a 70-yard field goal in a regular season game? I don't know. How about Joe Huber, the undrafted guard out of Wisconsin? This guy wasn't on anybody's radar, but he played well in the preseason. He was the highest PFF graded rookie of all undrafted rookies. And now he's on the 53-man roster for the Minnesota Vikings. This is life-changing. This is what the preseason is for. Also, if you care about consistent good football, the preseason matters for building depth on your rosters. Guys get hurt every single week. And when that happens, all of a sudden your third string guy will become your starter one week. And you better hope that he's taken some real snaps by then. Not just practice snaps, but game snaps. And that's where the preseason comes to matter. You want depth with experience. It's also development for the NFL as a whole. Look, I know people love to criticize NFL officiating and refereeing, and the chain gang and first down marker situation has been an issue. Well, what did they do in the preseason? They tested out their new digital first down marking system. Some people liked that, some people didn't. But the preseason gave them the opportunity to actually test these systems and try and tweak and make improvements in games that don't matter for teams' records. It's kind of where you build the future of the league and you figure these things out. If you don't have a preseason, you're going to be trying to do these in a week 1 game. I don't think that flies. Ask yourself this: if you were really a football fan and you hate the preseason, what's the alternative? You want August to just have no football games at all? You just want these guys to be in camp and doing these joint practices and scrimmages and never really get an opportunity to play in a game-like environment? And you, the fan, you get an opportunity to watch a football game. Yes, granted, we're not seeing Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and our superstars playing in the preseason, but we are seeing football games being played. It's almost like an appetizer for the actual NFL season. Now, if you're a veteran player, I can understand these guys not liking or caring about preseason games, but we've also seen this evolve into a way where a lot of the veterans are not playing in preseason games, and it's really just an opportunity for these young guys trying to make the roster or for these teams to try and build some depth. But for you, the football fan, should actually be appreciative of preseason games going on. That's my take. What do you think?